Hello and good morning. We're in week 7. Flip over your bell work. You should be working at the top because today is Thursday. So we're just about finished week 7. Let's take a look at these. Yesterday I taught you 3 ways to graph a line. The first way here is using the slope-intercept. In order to do the slope-intercept, you got to solve for y. So you're going to draw your line. You're going to circle your y, and then you're going to subtract 4x from both sides. At this point, you're going to divide by 2, so you get y equals a negative 2x plus 3. This is your y-intercept. So you're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, put a dot, and from this dot, okay, not the origin, from this dot, you're going to go down 2, it's rise, so down 2, and then to the right 1, because it's a plus. So your line looks like that. That has a negative slope. This is your slope right here. So the slope is negative 2 over 1, and the y-intercept is 3. Let's do it another way. Let's use a table. To use a table, you could still have y by itself, so let's use that same equation. So y equals negative 2x plus 3, and then let's pick some points. 0, 1, and 2 would work. So negative 2 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 3 gives me 3. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 3 gives me 1. Negative 2 times 2 is a negative 4, plus 3 gives me a negative 1. Let's take a look at the graph. Should be the same thing. Over 0 up 3, that's your y-intercept. Over 1 up 1. Over 2 down 1. And you can see all of those points should be on that line. The third one is using the x and y intercepts. So watch how I do this. So the equation is this. To find the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. So you put a 0 here. So 4 times 0 is 0. Then you divide 6 divided by 2, and you get y equals 3. So the y-intercept, we knew, was 3. To get the x-intercept, or rather the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Let me think about this. Okay, so to get the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. Well, let me think about that. So I let x equal 0. So let me back out of that. Let me make this 0. So that's going to be 4x plus 0 equals 6. So I get, I divide by 4, and I get x equals 1 and 2 over 4, which is 1 1/2. So the x-intercept is 1 1/2. Okay, so there it is. So to get the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. To get the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. All right, those are the 3 ways. Here's your assignment for today. You don't need graph paper, so for each problem, let's say number 21, you just draw a little graph. You don't have to put a lot of tick marks, okay? And I don't care which way you graph it unless they specify. All right, at 4:04, we'll make it 4:05. We're going to work this right here. And actually, we want to start with this. Okay, so 4:20 is the time. All right, let's take a look at these right here. In order to work these problems, what you're going to do is read it. It says BD bisects angle, this is BD, this is a ray. It bisects angle ABC. Bisects means it cuts it in half. So this one is the same. Okay, bisect means cuts it in half. And the whole thing, angle ABC, the whole thing from here to here is 100 degrees. So you're going to add these up. So it's going to be 2x plus 4. And I'm trying to get you ready for your EOC tomorrow, okay? And by the way, if you're at home, what you're going to do is you're going to log into Teams, just like you always do. Then you're going to go to Canvas, maybe a different tab, and then you're going to go to Performance Matters. Performance Matters. And then you're going to click on the geometry test. Do not log in early. Only do it when I say to, because I'll be able to see the time that you log in, and only that time for class will count. Okay, also, do not exit the browser. If you exit the browser, your test is over. Okay, so do not exit the browser. Do not exit the browser, or the test will be over, okay, automatically. And when you're done, hit submit. Make sure you hit submit, okay, and that's it. So getting back to this problem, those of you in class, I'll have a computer carton here. I'll have some wipes so you can wipe the keyboard. And you have to take the computer that goes with your seat number. That way you're responsible for it. Anyway, we're going to say equals 100. So we're going to add up the x's and get 4x plus 8 is equal to 100. We're going to subtract 8 from both sides. So we get 4x is equal to 102, or rather 92. And then we're going to divide by 4. And the sad thing is, it doesn't go evenly. So 92 divided by 4, I get 23, or it does go evenly. So x is 23, okay? Now to figure out the angle, you would take 2 times 23 plus 4, okay? So times 2 plus 4. So this is a 50-degree angle. I guess we should have known that. And so this one is also a 50-degree angle. So if they ask you for x, it's 23. If they ask you for the angle, it's 50 and 50. All right, let's go on. Try this one. All right, well here, this is a midpoint. So this one is equal to this one. So you can put 2x plus 4 here. The whole thing is 40, is what I gave you. So you're going to do it exactly the same way. It's a midpoint, kind of like a bisector. It cuts it in half, okay? So that gives me 4x plus 8. 4 plus 4 equals 40. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So I get 4x equals 32, and then I divide by 4. Okay? So there, you're going to get 8 on that. Okay? So if they want x, you're done. If they want to know how big this is, well, it's a midpoint. So it's got to be 20 and 20. 20 plus 20 is 40, or you can plug it in. 2 times 8 is 16, and 16 plus 4 is 20. All right, so put away your bell work, and what we're going to do is continue reviewing. Okay, copy down this one right here, number 3 and number 4. Name this triangle. Well, it's a right triangle because of this box. And it has 2 sides equal, so it's a right and isosceles triangle. Okay, so here it is. If no sides are equal, it's called scalene. If 2 sides are equal, it's called isosceles. If all 3 sides are equal, it's called equilateral or equiangular. Equilateral or equiangular. Look at number 4. Name that triangle. Since one angle is bigger, okay, now every triangle adds up to 180. You were taught that. So this is 140, so this has to be 40. Since these angles are all different, it's scalene. If the angles are different, the sides are going to be different. They're not the same. Okay, so it's scalene. And since this angle is bigger than 90, it's called an obtuse scalene triangle. All right, let's move on. Copy down 5 and 6. I want the midpoint and distance. When they say length, it is distance. Now this one right here, the midpoint, it's a little harder. Okay, here's what's going on. This point is 25 and -5. This point is the midpoint. It's 18 and -1. And we don't know this other point here. That's what we're looking for. So right away you put x and y. Well, the formula, and we did one like this, the formula is add up your x's. So it's going to be 25 plus x divided by 2 is equal to your midpoint x. That's 1. Then you're going to add up your y's. We had one like this. So -5 plus y divided by 2 equals your y midpoint. And then you got to work that out. So go ahead and work those out. Memorize this process, okay? This is where they give you the midpoint. If they didn't give you the midpoint, then it's easy. You just add them up and divide by 2. So here, you would multiply both sides by 2. The 2's cancel. So you get 25 plus x is equal to 36, I guess that is. And then you're going to subtract 25. And when you subtract 25, you get x is equal to 11. Okay? Now here, you're going to multiply by 2. This cancels. So you get -5 plus y is equal to a -2. And then you're going to add 5 to both sides, and you're going to get 3. So y is equal to 3. So your answer is x is 11 and y is 3. That's the other midpoint. Make sure you understand that process. Go home and rework it if you have to. When they say length, they're talking about distance. So you're going to do the distance formula. Okay? I'm going to stop here in a minute. Anyway, so your x's go in this one. So it's going to be -4 minus 2, and then your y's go in the other one. So -6 minus 10. So this gives you a -6 squared plus, this gives you a -16 squared. That gives me 36 plus 16 times 16, I don't know what that is. So 16 squared is 256 plus 36 is the square root. I don't think I did that right. So 256 plus 36 equals 292, and then I hit shift, square root, and I get 17.1. Okay, I'm going to stop here. We'll pick up on this in class. Have a good morning. And good luck tomorrow on the practice EOC. Remember that your parents are going to be able to see your score in focus, and then they're going to get an email with everyone's score. There will not be names on those scores. It'll just be the numbers so they can compare. Have a good morning.